Are you still with me? I think we're on our third hour, fourth hour. I don't know, but I'm going strong. We're definitely gonna go another hour, 45 minutes here with the last of the VIPs. I just want to double check if anybody purchased a candle because let me see here. Somebody emailed me. Oh, okay, Virginia. Yes, that's fine. I'll send you the link. That's so cute. Oh my God. Yeah. And can I just tell you, I am so in love with the lip, cheek, and eye tints. I put the lip on my eyes too. It will really make this white lighter, which I didn't do obviously today. I went with like a tan color, but you could still just put it right here, and it will make like when you put red lipstick on your teeth whiter. I mean, my teeth look like hell right now because I've been honest. I'll be honest. I've been smoking a shit ton of joints lately to get over my like weed habit of packing a bowl, and it's helped tremendously. Like I don't need to explain myself to anybody, but it's really discoloring my teeth smoking joints, and I need to make like a stronger version of my whitening paste. But anyways, enough about that. I'm loving them. I'm making a few more. They're in the shop already. So what's in the shop already is all that I've got, and then I'm gonna list the tinctures and the other stuff like by the end of this week, because I still have a row of orders along the wall there after I got rid of the last row and found a bag of orders in Mo's truck, or trunk rather. He doesn't have a truck. I could never see Mo in a truck. Oh God, that was kind of laughable. There's still an alley of orders back there that I'm finishing up. Some had just so many meticulous little things I've had to make or order an ingredient for. It's just been pandemonium here, but fun. I cannot believe how well I've handled myself, and I still have until Wednesday next week. Technically, I am usually to the minute of the day before I leave, taking orders and fucking processing shit. I am so happy. Every shipping invoice is like everything is basically almost nailed into the like done. I'm so happy. So, anyways, there's a few of these left. I'm going to continue making them for as long as I have the mica, but like I said, I will not be supporting the mica trade, slave trade, child indentured, say like slave labor. No. All the makeup we wear that has mica in it is child labor, indentured servants, dangerous conditions. Mica is, or it's synthetic, which is actually like plastical particle and probably metal. Who the fuck knows? Don't even get me started on that. Okay, that's not what this is about. I'm going to read the list. Jennifer Love Kippen, Consuelo Rose, Crystal Hall, Natalie Woods, Brittany Rogers, Lynn Obrey, Mama Joe, Michelle DeZuria, Jen Urbach, Kara Kerrigan, Chris Dahl, and Virginia were the new ones. Yes. Oh my God. We are gold. So I have a bunch of pigment left. I'm doing like a coppery orangey yellow one for my redheads and the fair toned people. This would also look good on someone like me when I just want to look like I have natural, not pink flushy cheeks, but like tan flushy cheeks with this orangey gold color. Yes, 1000%. I was just thinking about that. Like I'm getting my days mixed up. Either this morning or yesterday, I was just thinking about the new shades I'm going to offer. Michelle, I'm glad you're here. You're up in a few people. You're up in about 7 people. Sorry. That's just where you fall on the list. Okay, Jennifer, let's get to it. I ain't got time to chit chat. Jennifer, what's going on over here? Okay, Jennifer. Well, right off the bat, I see something going on with Uranus, and it's going upside down because it's retrograde. But like I said in the earlier reading, the last hour, Uranus retrograde in Taurus is asking us to get comfortable with our unique gifts, who we are and what we are, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, honoring that. Okay, so like 2-3 years ago, I had an opportunity where my mother said to me, when are you going to give this up? Like, because I was still not making money. I was still just pushing Benfords, pushing it hard. I got made fun of a lot. It was a joke. Almost, I looked like a joke to other people. I looked like a fool to other people. And I said to her, I give what up? I can't give this up. This is who I am. This is what I am. And I stood there, and that's when it fucking took off. That's when it started to work, because I had to sort of say that out loud. I had to say that to my mother. I had to say that to the universe with conviction. No, this is who I am and what I am. And that's what Uranus retrograde in Taurus is asking us to do. Get comfortable with who you are and what you are, and then the magic will happen. Then the money will come in. Then the abundance will come in. Then the people, places, and things will come in. Then one and one will come together, and you will make motherfucking magic. That's what will happen, okay? That's when you are emotionally and powerfully and spiritually in it to win it. You have to be that way about it. And I don't care if it's a relationship with person, place, or thing. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's an idea. I don't care if it's a gift or a talent or something you're trying to sell. You have to tell people, no, I won't give this up. No, I won't quit doing that. You know, we'd rather not give up pain and suffering and lack. You know, we're willing to compromise. But none of us are willing to step it up, you know, and say, no, I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. That's why limiting who you tell certain things to will enable you better to actually bring it to fruition, because their opinion, their bullshit won't come into play, like I was saying earlier. So anyways, Uranus, we're all dealing with it. But Jennifer, you got to get true to who, you know, comfortable and true with who you are and what you are. Have a sense of pride in yourself. You know, when I worked every kind of job, as a drug addict, you'll work any kind of job, but I always had pride in my work. I wanted to be a good employee. I wanted to be favored. I wanted to be not a brown noser, because I'm kind of like not into like authority, but I did my job and I did it well. I knew the rules. I knew how to break them, and I knew what I could get away with. And I knew, you know, I never compromised service. I never compromised my food, my etiquette, my presentation, you know, never that. I might have slept on the fucking park bench before my shift, but I kept it together. I always looked the part, you know. There is just a certain resilience about some people, a sense of pride about some people, no matter what they're willing to do drug and addiction wise. But anyways, be true to who you are and what you are. Have a sense of pride in who you are and what you are. And have a sense of gratitude for who you are and what you are. I don't look at my past as a bad thing. I have a sense of gratitude for every drunk I hung out with, every drug addict I found, every drug dealer I met that was probably smarter than most of the people I ever met. You know, I have an attitude of gratitude for who I am and where I came from. And I have a sense of gratitude for where I'm going and where I'm headed and who I am right in this moment. I don't lose that just because of where I've been, you know? So you have to have that attitude of gratitude. And as I said, once those things start to connect, once those things start to happen, that's when the miracles really start to happen. We blind ourselves, we deny ourselves, we lie to ourselves, and we only see what we want to see. And once we start to open ourselves up to who we are and what we are, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, our unique gifts, our unique traits, our unique quirks, Uranus is all about your uniqueness in making this place a better place. We need you, not a mock version of you, not a knockoff version of you, not the Bobo brand. We need you, Jennifer, okay? So come out and get ready to play. Now, here's the thing. You need to be loved. I was just thinking this yesterday. Mo and I start our morning every single morning with a hug. Like, he comes in my room, if I'm awake or not, really, he'll come in anyways and give me a hug before he goes to work. It's been life-changing for our relationship, I want to say, especially since we were really on the breakup. But that was a cycle that we were working through because it was happening on repeat for the last 3 years, and we finally broke through. We had a breakdown that led to the breakthrough, but really we hug it out now more than anything. And we embrace a lot more, and for a lot of different reasons. It's not just about sex anymore. We're cuddling, we're connecting a lot more. Well, you need to do that with yourself. So if you don't have someone hugging you in the morning, you need to hug yourself and love yourself every single morning. Know you're worthy of being who you are and what you are. It'll change so much for you. That's active meditation. That's instead of having to sit there and quiet your heart, mind, body, and soul to find out who you are and what you are. No, despite the world around you, you know who you are and what you are. So you need a big fucking hug. Squeeze yourself. Let someone else do it. Let someone else embrace you. Don't be so guarded. I know there's a lot of the I'm not touchy-feely types. Y'all need more hugs than other people, be honest with you. I'm not into touchy-feely either. Like, I don't need PDA. I don't need all of that. But it's also Mo's love language. He likes touch and connection. So you have to be willing, you know. But you have to love yourself, you guys. You as much as we want to be hard asses and think, oh, I don't want the cat call. I don't want to be loved. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want to be, you know, smoothed. You do. You motherfucking do. Shut the fuck up with that. Just saying. Okay. Consuela Rose, you're next, boo-boo. Are you here? Well. Okay. Definitely revisiting some cycles with these retrogrades. We all are. Don't take it so personally, you guys. We're all getting whopped upside the heads. I know a lot of people don't believe in the retrogrades. There's mixed thoughts. I don't care what you believe in. We're always revisiting cycles in our life. It's Groundhog's Day every fucking day. So unless you see things differently, unless you change your perception, unless you change your perspective, your perception, your view of the world will never change. So anyways, figure 8. And it's changing for you. You're squashing them. You're killing them. Sure, you're revisiting them, and some you're smacking right back into, and some you're cleansing and clearing. It's not all going to happen at once. It's like multiple knots in a fucking rope. It's like you get one kink out, then you got to get the other out, and sometimes you make another fucking knot trying to get the one knot out. I'm really good at that. I actually like doing that. Maybe doing some mindless work like that will be good for you to take your mind off of some of the cycles you're cleansing and clearing, because the silence card came up, honey. You need to silence that overactive mind, heart, mind, body, and soul, because when your mind is going on a tear, your heart is too. And it's a type of conditioning that's not really healthy for the heart. And a lot of women die of heart disease because of an overactive mind that eats at their heart and the ventricles and the valves there. You need to do healthy exercises for the heart, which is like sex, crying, cardiovascular, walking. Running is hard on the body, y'all. We were not meant to run unless you're running from danger or running for like something you love, like, ooh, look at that, it's free over there. Go run, but stop with all this exercise. And I mean, I'm all for healthy bodies, but there's this weird culture now online with exercising. Like, it's just gross. Like, I'm over it. That's me. Anyways, stop over exercising your mind. Stop overthinking about people, places, and things, baby girl. You know you've got to stop doing that, because what you're doing is holding on to the story, holding on to the grief, holding on to the pain, holding on to the past, holding on to the letdown, holding on to the not meeting the expectations, holding on to the story, the nightmare. Just put it down already. Use it as fuel, fire. Fucking light that bitch up already. And what it's really jeopardizing is your self-esteem. The more you hold on to that, the more you think you can't hold on to this, that, or the other, the more you can't keep it together. And you're right. The more you hold on to a lesser version of yourself and in the past like that, the more you cannot step into who you are and what you are. And the more it does eat at your self-esteem. When I start to think about the past and the shit I was doing and the people I was doing it all. Whoo, Lordy. It does eat at you. But I got to stop going to that buffet. I'm like, that's leftovers. Who wants to eat leftovers that much? I mean, 1, 2, 3 days, marinate on it. Then throw that shit out. Let it go. Let it go. That's the theme lately. Let it go. And that will always be the theme. I mean, that's why that song resonated with so many fucking people. Let it go. But you're talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Same like your mind. Same like your heart. Same like your hands. You guys, we're doing a lot of dumb shit. We're wasting a lot of time. You know how I started Binford's? A bunch of hours meticulously putting it together, but it was download after download after download over lifetimes. You know, this lifetime, I was always, I guess, working up to this, but it's time. I stopped watching TV. I'm not saying this to be a hot shot, like I don't watch TV. I stopped watching TV almost 6 years ago, several years ago. That'll give you a chunk of motherfucking time. I stopped living up to other people's expectations and doing stuff for myself. That'll give you back a lot of motherfucking time. And I don't have kids. Sorry about that, but I don't have kids. And I have a lot of motherfucking time. But some of you are wasting a lot of motherfucking time. Just saying. So anyways, cleanse and clear those cycles, but don't hold on to the story for too long. I mean, put the chapter down. You can't move on to the next chapter if you just keep going back. Like, let's just go reread that one part back there. Let's just keep read. Then you lose your place on where you're at right now. Come on now. Taco Bell. I have an issue with food too. Taurus in the second house problems. And let me tell you, it's bad. Yeah. Indulgence. If I could just practice, moderation. That's why At Bay was created, because I have gallbladder and stomach and IBS issues because I'm a fucking gluttonous fool half the time with food. Just being honest. Crystal Hall is next. Well. I don't believe in that. Okay, girlfriend. Gonna tell you right now. I'm not going to tell you. Rebel Deck is going to tell you. So don't get mad at me. Put your motherfucking phone down. You are comparing yourself way too much to other people, places, and things. The contrast is one thing, but when you see something that you can't have or can't attain or have instantaneously, it is jeopardizing who you are and what you are right now. And that's not good. That's not a vision board. That's a jealousy and envy board. So the envy card is coming in upside down. If you really want to work on envy and jealousy, if you really want to work on wanting what the other person has, you've got to work on yourself. You can't just keep admiring, fantasizing, or getting jealous. I actually just posted about this yesterday. We can't get mad or envious of what other people have that we want. We need to study them. So it goes back to doing the work, me, myself, and I. It goes back to doing all the inner shadow character isolating work. And this culture online, it's very triggering, but I hate the people that are like, trigger warning. You know what the fuck? That's offensive to actual people that have been behind the barrel of a gun. That's actually offensive. Trigger my fucking ass. Heal. The wound won't hurt so much. You won't be so triggered if you actually allow people to pick, poke, and prod and maybe fix it. Take some medicine. I'm so over the trigger culture. Like, this is triggering. Over it. Anyways, put the fucking phone down and the bulk of your problems will go away. I have this problem. Unless I'm congratulating and elevating, it was toxic. It was bad for me. I had to stop comparing and measuring myself up to other people, places, and things. I ain't on the same path they're on. I ain't going where they're going, and we're all guilty of it. But, Crystal Hall, you really got to put your phone down, focus on yourself with grace, though. Admire who you are and what you are with ease. Step into who you are and what you are. We're hard on ourselves because we think that what everyone else is doing on their perfect little picture is possible. And it's half the time it's photoshopped and edited. Don't even get me started. But focus on yourself, and that'll help with your unions. Venus is coming up. Venus is about all kinds of relationships with people, places, and things. Health, wealth, and abundance. You cannot be envious of what other people have. You can't be envious of someone else's Venus, their attraction, what they're getting, their magnetism. You've got to focus on your own. And that's the thing. You're giving your power away when you feed into these Instagram feeds. When you're giving your time away, your energy away, you've really got to focus on yourself. And that's when you become a real magnet for the health, wealth, and abundance, the people, places, and things, the alignment. Okay. So anyways, there is no perfect way to do it. There is no perfection here. That's the thing. We see these perfect Instagrams, these perfect celebrities, these perfect pieces of food and all of this shit. Like, I want to barf. I want to see someone's actual mess. That's why these people that are being honest about their lives are becoming more popular. I'm just tired of seeing the cookie cutter perfect bullshit. It's not cute anymore. It was never cute to begin with, you guys. And there is no real perfection. So if you think someone's got it made, you better go read the fucking cliff notes on their reality, because it isn't all it's meant, all you see there, okay? There's really nothing to be envious about. No. Have more grace with yourself. Love yourself more. Take care of yourself. And just really focus on yourself, baby girl. Hey, Happy Cat. Hey, Lynn. Okay, Natalie Lynn Wood is next. Are you on the choo-choo train? What are you doing? Oh, Natalie. Oh, my God. Natalie, for some reason I knew this was going to happen to me today. But I love you anyways. Natalie. Cycles. repeating themselves. It's with relationships, with people, places, and things. And guess where it always cycles back to? You. The me, myself, and I work, honey bunny. If you want shit to be different, you've got to change yourself. You've got to change the way you're showing up, the way you're reacting, the way you're responding, the way you are looking even at the situation. That's called perspective, and that will hinder your perception, your reality, your ability to manifest, trust, believe, receive. Every area of your life, it'll hinder. You've got to get yourself in check mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Capricorn is coming in upside down. Well, of course, because it's in Saturn, which is retrograde, and you need to manage your heart, mind, body, and soul, your happiness and joy, the people, places, and things in your life. You need to be the captain of the ship. Pirates are like taking over all the time, and you want to blame them, but you got done and went out there unprepared. That's your fault at the end of the day. I'm sorry. They're just doing what they do. And that's your family, friends, and lovers. You know, they're just being themselves, and you're letting it affect you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And a person that's the captain of their ship is not going to be riled up, hurt, offended, accosted, triggered by all these other people, places, and things if they're in control. You know, that's when someone is in alignment with who they are and what they are. It's not that we're invincible shields of emotional, like, you know, stoic, whatever. No, you see me crying every other fucking day. But I got my shit together that I don't let it ruin my day. I don't spiral out of control anymore. So you've got to get in control and not let these people unravel you like a fucking tangerine, baby girl, okay? So, grief. We all have got it. It's just something, it's like taking out the trash, you guys. You've got to check in on your grief. Like, what are you holding on to? What are you holding your heart back from receiving? Because when you're holding on to the grief, you're not allowing yourself to receive the love. You're not able to move past the sadness, and that's going to hinder you. So you have to understand that losing someone or something is an opportunity for you to actually appreciate it. And through that appreciation, through that gratitude, through those memories of happiness and joy instead of sadness, you can actually cultivate someone else or something else like that to come into your life 2.0. You know, it's not that they will be, you know, replaced in a way, but you have a heart big enough to encompass something else, something more. This person isn't gone just because they're no longer here. This thing isn't gone because it's no longer here. Because if you keep revisiting it, it still feels like it's here because it's like a fucking pain in your chest, you know, or a pain in your neck, a pain in your ass, whatever the case may be. Let it go. It's not yours to carry anymore, honey bunny. And love yourself. And that's the me, myself, and I work. It's about you. It's always going to come back to you, you guys. Always. How are you showing up? How are you responding? Are your boundaries up? Are you cleansed and cleared? Are you grounded? You know, are you off in la la land? Are you being honest with yourself? It's always going to come back to you, how you respond, react, engage with the people, places, and things and world around you, okay? And if you love yourself, and if you have compassion for yourself and empathy and sympathy, you will have this for others, and you will be able to tolerate and understand and acknowledge, they're just going through something. It's not, I don't take it personally, you know, all of these readings, you're weaving into each other, but release. You've really got to let something go. You've really got to let it go. And give it up already also. It's not even about releasing it. It's about saying, I'm going to free this person, place, or thing up for someone or something else, and that will simultaneously free me up, because that's what we live in, a simultaneous world, y'all. So when you do this, that also happens. This and that. It's like, and it's not always like the consequence of your actions. You guys, we got to, there's not this, there doesn't have to be a negative connotation. No, this is just the response to the actions. This is the universe's response to your action. And that's the vibration. That's what you're receiving. And it, depending on what radio station you're on, you're going to see it as good, bad, or ugly. It's really always going to come back to you in your state, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's why it's key. You stay grounded. You stay in alignment. Being in alignment isn't about being in 3D, 5D, 6D consciousness. No, it's not about being love and light. And no, it's about being in check with who you are. That's why I have like the chakra, you know, checklist and the chakra website coming back up, because that's important. These are like big gateways for you guys to keep in check. Your grounded root system, sacral, solar, heart, throat, mind, and then, you know, external spiritual soul self, crown chakra. So just don't even, I'm just like, So Natalie, love yourself, check yourself. Capricorn, Saturn, retrograde, let go of some people, places, and things. Like a manager, like Saturn and Capricorn would be. If you got someone that's lazy on the motherfucking job, it's time to let them go. Quit putting them on your payroll, which is your energy, which is your love, which is your health, wealth, and abundance. Quit giving it to these people. Feisty Ashley's coming out. Just saying. Okay, Brittany is next. B, are you here? Okay, Brittany Rogers. Well, looky. Oh my God, Brittany. Cancer season must have got you good, and it had you working like a dog for the family, friends, lovers, whatever the case may be. Overworked and underpaid. Mama is unhappy. And remember, when mama's unhappy, everybody's unhappy, because then mama has a short fuse. Mama's not going to give as generously as she could. So you've got to make sure you're working on yourself first and foremost, and you know that. Make sure you're loving yourself first and foremost so that you can love others. Oh my God, my sister's calling me. Not today. It's my birthday. I'll eventually let her talk to me, but I don't have time to talk to her right now. So anyways, the work that you're doing, make sure you're reaping the rewards. Make sure it's giving you, you're getting something out of it. I'm not saying let that be the reason why you do what you do, but is it fruitful? I mean, a tree that's not bearing fruit over a while, I'm going to have to cut down and plant something new. It is what it is. I love myself enough to know that I deserve a little fruit off this motherfucking tree. Okay. So is the work that you're doing worth it? Is it sustaining you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Are you taking delight in it? Because let me tell y'all about your good motherfucking deeds. When you are dragging your feet, unhappy, annoyed, and doing something thinking it's a service and a deed and I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. No, you aren't. Nope. A good deed is done out of happiness and joy. It's not done because my mama told me I have to go help the neighbor lady. You know, I'm not saying that's the case for you, Brittany, but you do good and you get good. But if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you ain't going to get what you're expecting to get in return at all. It's not happening. Not today, not tomorrow. No way, no how. So if you don't have an attitude of gratitude and delight and a sense of, as I was saying, like respect and what did I use? Pride in your work. No, no good will come out of it. No. And if you're tired and worn out, it's hard to be a happy, giving mother. It really is. So you need to center yourself, take some time for yourself, work on yourself, love yourself. And you've been doing that self-love work. You have been doing the me, myself work every day, day in and day out. I don't see you missing a fucking day of it. But that's also overworking in essence. You got to take several steps back and say, is this work working? You know, can I, incorporate something different? Or is this really getting me, mentally, physically, and emotionally the results I want? Look into the work that you're doing also on a spiritual level. But Cancer card is coming in upside down. So this can mean a bunch of different things: a lack of security, instability, feeling like you're not that good of a mother, or issues with your own mother, issues with the matriarchy. With the Cancer card upside down, it's being shook up. Things could be shook up for you, and you've got to make sure you feel secure enough in who you are and what you are that you can handle the ups and downs without getting so emotional, so closed up, like Cancer, putting your guard up, going in your shell. You got to be, is the work working? That's what you'll know. You'll know if the work is working if you can handle these shakeups, and let things fall where they may. Because Cancer likes to have a hand in that. And like I said in the beginning of one of the readings, you can't handle other people's shit. That's not your job. It's your job to wipe your kid's ass until they learn how to do that. But you can't do that forever, and you can't do that for your family, friends, and lovers, because then you're just basically picking up turds off your fucking lawn, and you don't have a cute, cuddly dog. You have a fucking human shitting on you, and we already talked about that. So here's the thing. Don't take it so personally, but it's not everyone else's fault. It's your fault at the end of the day. If you're not doing the work on yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, and this goes for everybody, if you're unhappy, mad, or sad, or glad, or whatever the case may be, it's on you. Because when you take responsibility for your happiness and sadness, you get to take ownership of your victories, of your success, of your moments. Now, if you're not willing to take ownership of that, then you've got a problem. You still are blaming other people, places, and things for your lack, for what you don't have. Okay, so it's not your fault. It's not everyone else's fault. You're a grown ass adult. Stop blaming others for your lack, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and others. Like, don't let others blame you for what they don't have. There's that guilt trip again. Others will put us on, because Brittany, she's got her shit together. She's day in and day out doing it, and it's like, don't let others make you feel like, okay, Brett, enough is enough already. We see you. No, keep rising, keep shining, keep doing it, because the work is paying off if you're not being derailed by other people, places, and things all the time. That's when you know the meditation is helping. That's when you know the practice is working. And that's what it is. It's a practice, you guys. My craft is a practice. I'm constantly working with the herbs and the energies. I'm constantly working with the cards and the symbolism. You know, it's a constant practice, okay? So, Lynn is next, and we only have like 7 of you left. Lynn, Aubrey, Mama Joe, Michelle Dezuria, Jen Yerbach, Kara Kerrigan, Crystal, and Virginia. Then I'll take a little break, a breaky break, and we'll pop on for sure at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And that's when Nancy from Astrology Angel Mediums is probably going to pop on. Probably, definitely. Unless something has ever happened to my baby girl. No. Okay. So, Lynn Aubrey. Hey, Grateful Mama. And I will announce the winners of the 3 giveaways, just the regular giveaways, at the end of the day. I already have someone in mind for this, and at the next hour, I'll have someone in mind that I want to give the cleanser to. I'm super excited for all of that. Those were the only giveaways that were going to be live. On the 21st is when we're doing the raffle ticket giveaway. So you have until the 21st to go buy as many tickets as you want. And it's going to be so much fun. And basically, you guys know all those donations, all those things, I just saved to give to someone else. Like, we donated to Brittany Hogan Boom's father so that he could get a tablet. I've donated to other, victims of, health and wealth and different issues, that they've had all along the way. So I just use that for that and for shipping for a lot of things. And we will also be announcing in a separate live the winners from the bag from Christmas. So all of those things will be going out. The Christmas ones will leave before I leave, but on the 21st, I'll already be back east when I announce the winners. And those gifts are just going packed with my luggage, like ready to go, smack a label on. Okay, so Lynn Aubrey. Okay, back to it. Sorry, we had a little intermission. Spirit needed to do a little something, I guess, I reckon. Okay. Oh my God, Lynn, I'm loving it. Cancer is popping up in every which way, and the 4th house is coming up for you. The number 4 is about security, stability, like 4 walls to a house, it's structure, it's support, 4 legs to a chair, necessary needs versus wants. So are you being mindful of your abundance, health, wealth, happiness, and joy, and taking care of your needs, then going after your wants, hopes, and dreams? Like a nagging mother or father, this card is also related to like the matriarchy and patriarchy, but more related to the mother. Cancer. How is your relationship with your mother? How is your relationship with the idea of being a mother? How is your relationship with mothering yourself? How is your relationship with Mother Earth and the matriarchy around you? You need to check into that. And that's where you will get your sense of security. We get our sense of security more often than not from our mother, but our sense of power from our father. So did you feel secure as a child? Did you feel loved? Did you feel nurtured? Did you feel heard? Did you feel, safe? This is inner child question and dialogue that you would want to ask yourself, okay? Because that is going to influence the strength that you have in the present. What happened as a child is influencing your strength and ability now. Were you encouraged? Were you congratulated? Were you acknowledged? I was not as a child. Like, I didn't have a father influence like that. And my mother was very busy working. I had a great role model, so to speak, but I didn't have that encouragement. I didn't have that acknowledgement. And so I get nervous. I get stage fright. I don't feel supported all the time. I do now more so than ever before. But so your strength could be off because of things instilled in you as a child. So where do you feel weak? This is a lot of Pluto, shadow character work for sure. But you could feel over strong if your parents goosed you up, if your parents gave you everything you wanted, if your parents told you were the best. There's a negative side to it as well. So we could be evenly lifted up, and have a great position in the world, or we could kind of feel dejected, or we could feel elevated and bigger than that, everyone else. So it goes multiple ways. But no matter what, the forgiveness has got to happen again. And it seems like you might be working on that, working on the inner child work, working on forgiving yourself, working on forgiving your family, friends, and lovers, working on forgiving the world around you, and starting to take ownership for how you feel. No longer letting other people seemingly be responsible for your sadness, for your depression, for your anger, for your resentment, for your lack, for your inability, whatever the case may be. It's on you now to lift yourself up. And that's healthy. That's important. Not that recognition is amazing. Actually, people would rather be recognized instead of rewarded. Or, well, reward comes with recognition, but instead of paid and promoted, they want the slap on the back. They want to be recognized by their family, friends, and lovers, by their employers, by society, by the world around them. You need to recognize yourself. That's the problem, you guys. You're looking for someone else to recognize you, and you haven't even looked in the fucking mirror to acknowledge who you are and what you are. A badass motherfucker. It's stop seeking it from someone else and start giving it to yourself. And you know who's successful? People that put themselves out there, people that walk out on that stage, people that go the extra mile, people that don't do it for the recognition so much, so to speak. They know that they will be recognized for their greatness. They are great. Just go out there and be motherfucking great, y'all. So forgive whomever, even if it's yourself, and know that there was a lot of wisdom in your childhood and your upbringing and your parents and your family and your friends and your lovers in this lesson. And in the forgiveness, even more wisdom will be attained, because when you forgive, you let go and you allow people, places, and things to come in to your sphere, to your bubble. You're no longer so guarded as well, okay? Because, forgiveness is a funny thing. You all know that it's, like I said earlier, they don't give a shit in a way. You're just like, you're babysitting a feeling, an emotion that is long gone. I mean, it's one thing for retribution. It's one thing for payback. It's one thing for this, that, or the other. But if you're someone that constantly brings up the past and is still, wanting an apology, part of an apology is accepting an apology, So forgiveness, wisdom, strength, that will happen. That will all come once you quit having the tantrum. Tantrums are for babies. It's time to grow up mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I say this all the time about children. By the time you have your awakening, when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, it is not your parents' fault anymore. It's time for you to buckle your boots and get out there, and do this thing called life. I see a lot of privileged people. Woe is me. You know what? You're ruining the balance of the universe because you ain't stepping up to the plate and doing more with yourself. Do more and be more with what you've got, with wherever you're at right here, right now. Don't wait for tomorrow, y'all. Okay, Mama Joe is next. Ooh, Mama Joe. Okay. Okay, Mama Joe. You have been facing some challenges. We all have. Some of us have been dealing with them more so than others. But you had a lot of cycles to cleanse and clear. Your life, you were born into challenge, and it is what it is. But what will you do with that, And you can do a lot with that, because when we're handed problems, we're simultaneously handed a solution. How funny is that? You could never have a problem without a solution, because otherwise you just have a enigma. You just have something. It's not even a problem. It's a mystery. And mysteries are often solved. So regardless of however you look at it, there is a solution. Soul, S-O-U-L, for you. Solution for you, for the highest good, for the highest power. You are definitely a mystic for sure. And that's where that mystery is coming in. And sometimes we make more out of something than it really is. I know, as a symbolism and numerology reader and just wingnut, as my grandma would say, like a space cadet out there, a little loose, I kind of do make more out of stuff. And whether that's healthy or not, it's fun for me, and I'm having fun with my life. But if it ever got to be a problem, yeah, it would be senility. It would be crazy. It would be cuckoo. So don't make something up when there's nothing there. You know, don't make problems worse than they are, because then you're not going to find the right tool. You know, okay, so you're going to say that this problem is this big, but it's this big. So if you try to use a wrench that's that big, it's never going to actually touch the problem. You're never even going to move it on the fucking dial. Okay. So you got to be mindful of that. That's where that honesty is coming in. So be honest about your problems. The 5th house is problems, but it's also Leo, challenge, ego. The 5th comes after the number 4. We had just pulled the number 4. So there's also ascension here. You have the security you need to face your problems. Again, you would never have a problem that didn't have a simultaneous solution. We're so busy fixated on the fucking problem, we don't see the solution. Or we create problems that aren't even there, which we're all motherfucking good at. Let's be honest, okay? So, face your problems, face your challenges, and have no motherfucking regrets. Tattoo it to your chest, okay? No regrets here, and no regrets for the problems you've created also. Because sometimes we need people to stir the pot. Us witches are good at that. I mean, we definitely are. Little this, little that, and we're making recipes for all kinds of crazy. But be mindful of that. Don't make something out of nothing. Just be mindful of that. And if all else fails, take several steps back, you guys. That's all of you need to get an inner and outer sanctuary. And if you're resilient enough, if you're in alignment enough, other people, places, and things and their problems and their challenges are not going to affect you. You know, sometimes as a mystic, though, as a clairvoyant, as a healer and revealer, you will call on people that have a lot of problems because you help reveal them. So don't get mixed up in the patient-doctor relations. You know, if you're here to help heal, don't get sick, you know, from the patient. That's something we've also got to be mindful of as empaths. That's why shields and protection and boundaries are so fucking important. I get lost in my relationships with my clients. I physically pick up on their symptoms, on their illness, on their pain. These things are starting to happen more and more, and I have to protect and guard myself more and more, because that's not the avenue I want to go down. There are medical mediums, there are medical empaths, there are people that intuitively diagnose others. I know what to recommend a client intuitively often, but I don't want to be a symptomatic, you know, healer, revealer, and worker. I'm just not, I don't want that. And so you have to separate yourself. Now, my ego would maybe say, I can do it all. I want to do it all. No. You have to know who you are and what you are as a mystic, as a healer, as a feeler, as a revealer, and no regrets about it. I don't regret the choices I made, the paths I've taken, and what I've chose to do with my gifts. And same with you, Miss Mama Joe. Step away from the crazy making diet for a second and stop doing everything that everyone's telling you to cleanse and clear. You know, really, it's just you need to cleanse and clear these people, places, and things. It's not you that needs the detox. It's not you that needs to go on the diet. It's not you that needs the healing, so to speak. Okay, you're getting mixed up in that, I think. Eat some yummy shit. Indulge in yourself. Bacon, chocolate, beer. And as an empath, as a Scorpio, I believe, as a water sign, especially during Cancer season, you're going to feel it all. And that's the thing. You guys have got to separate yourself from these people that you're living with, working for, loving, and honor them and respect them at a distance, but don't take on their pain. Don't take on their hurt. Don't take on their problems. Don't take on their trauma. Michelle is next, and then we're down to the last 4. Then we'll take a little break till about 2:30, maybe. You know, it just depends on how long I need a little break. And then we'll pop on for the afternoon session. Those of you that are on the East Coast and stuff, it's already going to be your evening. But then we have a late evening session for you and an early evening for us over here on the West Coast, again at 5 o'clock. So I'm super excited. And at 5 o'clock, we'll do closing ceremonies. I don't have really a huge plan for the end of this. Nothing real fancy or special. I'm not really like that. But I'm definitely going to announce the people that I wanted to give these 3 gifts to outside of the raffle tickets. This had nothing to do with the raffle tickets. It was just readings I connected with and resonated with and just felt like I wanted to do, you know. Okay. Thank you, Majestical Unicorn. Love you. And Leo season coming. Yes. Horse Whisperer. Absolutely. Majestical Unicorn. Yes. I'll definitely try to do that. We're going to do that at 2:30 and then again at 5 o'clock. So there'll be lots of chances to get the readings for just viewers, because a lot of the viewers were just people on the VIP list. So that was awesome. Everybody saw their reading. So Michelle Desuria is next. I don't know how to say your last name. I'm super duper sorry about that. Mo got me cake the other day, my favorite tiramisu, and it was like a cake-like tiramisu, layered, more so than just like your Italian friends, like, you know, going out to dinner tiramisu. It was so good. Ooh, I love it. Okay, Michelle. Again, a lot of family, friends, and lovers are getting in the way of who we are and what we are. And I'm seeing it again in this reading as well. If they don't have an attitude of gratitude for who you are and what you are, or if you don't have an attitude of gratitude for who they are and what they are, why are you even doing the song and dance? It is not necessary at all. You can't blame one another for not meshing well together. This could be family, friends, lovers, people, places, things. It's not necessarily a union with someone else. But if you don't have gratitude for this thing in your life, I think of Marie Kondo all the time. Like, does it bring you joy? Is this person bringing you joy? Is this thing, is this place, is this idea, is this belief? Now, I'm not saying everything is love, light, and unicorn and joy, but if it's not bringing you joy, why are you putting it in your suitcase? I mean, responsibility is one thing, duty is one thing, seva is another. But if it's something weighing you down and not bringing you joy, you aren't to blame for putting it down and getting rid of it. And other people might blame you because you've grown up, you've matured, you've stepped into who you are and what you are, and they don't like this new version of you or whatever the case may be. It could be someone else, because I don't really know you well enough, Michelle, yet to know what to pick up on in your reality, but I'm just off the cuff here always. You know, that's how I do these readings. If the gratitude is off, the attitude is off. You know, if the respect and the reciprocity, if all of that is off, there's no one to blame. It's just time to get off the seesaw. A lot of people do that in relationships. They keep friends around. They keep lovers around that are just there as like time immortal. Like they're just there because they're there. It's just this because it's always been this way. No, it doesn't have to be that way. And you can move the fuck on from some people, places, and things. So bon voyage. You could be going on a trip, or a trip is coming up, or you need to take a motherfucking trip and you need to move the fuck on away from some people, places, and things. And know that no matter where you go, you will show up. And that's what needs to show up, because you hold all of the tools, everything that you need to proceed. Is like, that's so Cancer of me though, but I could literally pack up my suitcase and survive. Like, I know what I need to get by, and I do. I go home every, couple of months for a few months, and I just bring a couple suitcases. So you have to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-determined, self-made, but also self-destructive, self-critical. You guys have to be willing to do the me, myself, and I work, okay? So attitude of gratitude for who you are and what you are. It's time to take a trip inward, if anything. It's time to take a trip down, deep down inside. Not down memory lane. Not playing the blame game. Not saying coulda, woulda, shoulda, he did that, she did that, this happened, that happened. I don't give a shit. I don't. Because that's not going to empower you. What will empower you is being in the moment, playing your piece right now, speaking your piece right now, doing what you can right now, acting right now. You cannot fix, manipulate, change, or alter the past. You can quantum heal, absolutely, but you're not healing the past. You're healing a memory that's in you right now. You're not doing anything back there. A lot of people get that so mixed up. You're doing something right here, right now, inside of you, because you're stuck on a piece of the past. It's like having a piece of food in your tooth, and it's just like you picked a knot at it. You tried, just go get a fucking toothpick or a piece of floss and get it out of there already. You don't have to endure it any longer. And once it's out, it's out. And it's just that easy. They do soul healing, inner child healing, soul regression, things like that. I believe in that. I absolutely do. You can do it through hypnosis. You can do it a lot of different ways. But let me tell you, if you just go and look back at it honestly, and you're honest with yourself about the situation, the person, place, or thing, you take your power back. I call them power grabs. Take the power back from that person, place, or thing. Get rid of that feeling, that emotion. And people are like, well, it's not that easy. Of course it's not that easy. If it were that fucking easy, everybody would be doing it, and it would be done, and we would be over this by now. But it's hard. It's grueling. It sucks. It sucks saying they made me feel like shit and I still care, but I need to get over it. Or I made them feel like shit and I feel like shit for making them feel like shit and I need to get over it because I'm a different person now. I don't care any which way you spin it. You're losing your power. You're becoming powerless to the situation the more you let it take from you and eat at you and keep you from living in the now. That's the only power you've got is right here, right now. Unless you're good at taken from the future, which I've gotten good at. Time, money, abundance. It gets fun. It gets a lot of fun when you're willing to do the work. Thank you from the past. Hold on one second. Okay. That is just an Amazon order. So anyways, let it go. Let it go. Let the past go. Move the fuck on. One of you is doing too many fucking chores. That person better get laid now. That's so funny. Is there a lack of equal distribution and harmony at home? Is there a lack of gratitude? Is there a lack of reciprocity? Like I said, you don't have anyone else to blame but yourself if you're not speaking up and out. That was actually happening here. I'm working 50, 60, 70 hours a week on Binford's and doing the cleansing and clearing of this home, preparing the meals, preparing the orders for the, grocery and everything like that and everything in between. I had to lay down the motherfucking law, but that's my Cancer ass for you. I became powerless to the situation where I felt I had to break up with Mo because I couldn't ask him to help. Pitch in, to do more and be more. And that's my own fucking fault, So I got my power back when I spoke up and out. You guys, you have a voice, you have hands, you have a mind. Use it. Okay. That was for Michelle, I think, right? Yeah, now I'm on to Jen. Jen Erbach is next, then Kara Kerrigan, then Crystal, then Virginia. Then I take a breaky break and we come back on with Astrology Angel Mediums later. When she pops on, I'll probably do a few readings. I'm going to do the group reading again for the mid-afternoon session. Again, collective reading, and then we'll start doing question and answers, and I'll get more people on the list that way, like before, like random shit. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I think so. I mean, I think so. So Jen is next. Okay, Miss Jen, I'm liking the turn of events here. It doesn't have to be bittersweet. It doesn't have to be good and bad. There doesn't have to be that kind of contrast in your life, you guys. The whole no pain, no gain bullshit is bullshit. That's because someone else had to take a painful route and they think everybody else needs to take that same painful route to get the same gains. That's not true. What's hard for you might be easy for me. But anyways, all in all, whatever I'm about to say next, I'm just telling you, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can be this happy. You can have it all this good. It can be this good. Someone just said to me the other day, like, is it too good to be true? I said, well, if you don't believe, that's the thing. It comes down to your belief systems. What do you believe to be true? Do you believe that things are too good to be true? Do you believe that you can't have it this good? Well, then you won't, because that's what you're going to fixate on. The problem, the next crack, the next snafu. That's not necessary, you guys. There doesn't have to be pain involved in your gain at all, okay? So, it's not bittersweet. No. But your happiness is off. That's the problem I was thinking. Like, it is this good, but why aren't you happy about it? What's going on here? Because you think something's going to go wrong. You think it's going to fuck up. You don't want to get happy because you don't want to, you think if you get happy, the rug's going to be pulled out from it. You think if you get happy, you're letting your guard down. That's the most bullshit cockamamie thing. That's saying, in essence, you, at your core, don't feel worthy of being this happy. There's a catch. There's a plug. You're like, this is a trick. No, it does get this good, and it gets better. That is what Spirit wants you to know, but the society we live in doesn't want you to realize. you don't have to keep working so hard at it. It eventually clicks. It gets easier. It gets better. Actually, you'll start to manifest so instantaneously. You're going to be like, someone shut this fucking thing off. I have to be super mindful of what I say, because that's how my reality is. I have to be very mindful of what I say, what I put out there, what I speak, what I think, what I acknowledge, because it comes so fast. When you're open, and when you're open for business, it's like spirit is like, okay, like, let's go. And it's hard, okay? So you can be this beautiful. You can be this happy. You can be this healthy. You can be this wealthy. You can be this magnanimous. You can be this magnetic. You can be this fucking awesome. Yes, you can. Stop telling yourself that you're not allowed to, though, or that it's wrong, or that your happiness is someone else's sadness. Because that's just not how it fucking works. Like oxygen. I'm not taking all the air out of this place just because I'm breathing. I'm not worried someone else can't breathe because I'm breathing. I'm not worried because I'm eating, someone else can't eat. I'm worried about people that don't have food, of course, but I'm not worried about, because I eat, I do mind what I eat and where I buy and what I buy, because I know that that is actual creating, problems for other people down the line. So consciousness is important. And once you get more and more conscious, it kind of gets a little twofold and a little like double edged, and it's hard, of course, but you can be this happy. You can be this aware. You can be this aligned. You can have it all. This is what spirit wants. I mean, what I don't know. So don't deny yourself your hopes and dreams. That's why the dream is upside down here. And also, Neptune, retrograde, Pisces, it's the victimization. Like, I'm waiting for the next bad thing to happen. Like, it can't be this good. That's so Pisces. They won't get on board. They're literally looking for something to go wrong. That's kind of Virgo, looking for the flaw, looking for the imperfection. Stop doing that, all of you. Drop the motherfucking ego. That's the other thing. A lot of you, it's your ego at play. The ego is a deceptive, manipulating, transformative, like it's fluid. It could be good or bad ego. And a lot of times, ego wants you to stay small because it's comfortable and it's afraid of change. That's not healthy. That won't create expansion. That won't create progress. That won't create abundance. That's ego. So drop the motherfucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. Be vulnerable to the universe. Be this open. Be this loving out loud. Be this happy out loud. Be this joyous out loud. Be this aware out loud. All of you. And it'll come more and more and more and more and more. If you keep being out loud about your problems, if you keep being out loud about the bullshit, about the next flaw, about the next thing that could go wrong, then that's what you're going to call on. Be mindful what you're calling on. And you can have it this motherfucking good, boo. Kara is next. Kara, girlfriend, I don't know what's going on, but it looks like you are doing a juggling act. I mean, we all are, creating that balance and harmony mentally, physically, and emotionally. And if you're a mother, you're trying to juggle it for your kids, juggle it with your partner. But listen to me, they're their own circus sideshow too. So they've got to juggle it themselves also. They've got to learn to juggle a few things on their own as well, because you cannot juggle it all. You cannot do it all. And that's what's got you worried. I mean, how will you do it all mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Well, it's not yours to do all on your own. It takes a group. It takes a village. It takes team effort. It takes family, friends, lovers, people, places, and things coming together. Don't worry about having to do it all. Don't think for a minute you've got to do it all. Know that you are being aided, that you are being guided, that you are being helped, that like a doctor in I don't know whatever they work in, because I don't really like doctors and stuff, in an operating room. Someone is handing you the next tool, and you're doing the slicing and dicing. You're doing the picking and choosing. You're doing the living here. But someone is handing you tool after tool that you need. And you'll often pick them up in your everyday life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Like, I do it with my work all the time. Like, I'll pick something up and not know why. And then I'll be like, oh my God, I needed that label. And I'm so glad I put it in my apron, because now I have this bottle and I don't have to go looking for the label. Like, be mindful of that, what's being handed to you on your path, and you'll have less and less to worry about. Be conscious, be aware, be mindful. And don't worry about success. I mean, you guys, you're worried about shit that ain't even ready to be worried about. You're pre-worrying. That's the new anxiety, pre-anxiety. And I almost think that that's what a lot of people have, and they're calling it anxiety. No, you're just overthinking, overanalyzing, and you're just getting you're in a part of the movie that ain't there yet, so it's like out of character, out of scene. Like, no, why are you worried about what's down the road? You're not even fucking there yet. Be worried about what's in front of you. Focus on what's in front of you. Don't worry about the future, and don't worry, for God, if you didn't get that already, don't worry about the goddamn past. It's not worth worrying about. Okay, I gotta come right back. We'll finish with Kara and the last two people. 1 second. It's gonna cut me off.